going to talk about the power of music. I love this topic because I love music. And honestly, music is one of the most powerful things in my life that can really lift my mood or pull me down. So this is really important and I am excited to talk about it today. I want to start by talking about something called the Tibetan singing bowls. I think talking about this will really demonstrate a point that I'd like to make today. The ancient Tibetans, around the time of about 500 BC or so, started using these Tibetan singing bowls, is what they're called today. And it's basically a bowl made of a type of metal, and they play a certain tone. So you've probably seen them before. They hit it, and it just creates this loud, just kind of echoing, vibrating tone. And there's different tones that they can play. The note of A, B, C, just like the notes on a keyboard. You play these tones and they just emulate out from the bowl and you can just almost feel them vibrating. They're so loud and so powerful. So these were used back in ancient times all the way up until today. You've probably seen them used in holistic healing. They're used to balance energy, to reduce stress, to promote relaxation. So there's a lot of ways that they're used to help influence our wellness. Okay, now if you've ever heard of chakras, let me explain for those of you who this is completely foreign to. The chakras are different energy wheels that spin inside of your body. So if those wheels become blocked and they're not functioning properly, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel depressed. You might feel sick. You might have anxiety. There's so many different things that can happen as a result of having your chakras out of balance. And so the notes on the piano, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the different notes are actually used to balance out the different chakras in your body. And I want to explain that in a little bit more detail. So as you can see, you've got the different spinning wheels of energy that control different systems of energy in your body. Okay, so for example, this top one here, which is called the crown chakra, controls the energy system right here. This can be balanced with the sound of a B note. That B sound actually will balance the energy within that chakra. So I recommend, if this is new to you, go ahead and Google it and read up on chakras. That's spelled C-H-A-K-R-A. Read all about this because this is incredible stuff and it really will help you understand how music is so powerful in promoting happiness and wellness within us. Okay, now I'd like to share a personal experience of a time in my life when I knew I learned firsthand how powerful music was for me. It was about a couple years ago and I don't know how to explain it. We were switching phones, switching internet providers, switching computers, just a lot of switching technology going on in our house. And for some reason, my music wasn't on my phone and I got busy, and the couple times that I tried to get it on my phone, it wasn't working. And I just didn't want to deal with it. I had so many things going on. I just thought, I'm just gonna listen to the music in my car and whenever I hear it, that's fine. But I noticed 6 months after doing this, after being without my playlist, I started to notice something wasn't right with me and I started to feel kind of a little down, just a little off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then one day I thought about it and I thought, oh my gosh, it's been probably 6 months since I've had my music on my phone. That's a long time for me. And I missed all those songs and the way that they made me feel, and I sat down that day and I made sure I would figure it out and get all the technical kinks worked out until that music was back on my phone. Now it made all the difference in the world. I'm telling you, I would go from doing mundane daily things like cleaning the kitchen or even working out, doing these things that I was doing every day, and I noticed a huge difference when I had the music playing. I did things better. I did them happier. I felt better. I cleaned better. And I compared that to how I was living my life just days prior without the music. And it was a huge night and day difference for me. That was a big wake-up call, and I knew how important the power of music was in my own life. to share another example to really help this connect for you. I loved a quote from this book. This is There Is No Death by Sarah Menish. She had a near-death experience and she passed on to the other side of the veil for a small period of time, and she witnessed and experienced some incredible, amazing, and beautiful things, and she shares them in this book. Now there's a part in her experience that I love because it talks about music. And for those of you who know, I'm a huge fan of near-death experience books. I probably own just about every one. And in a lot of these books, they talk about the incredible power that music has on the other side of the veil. And it's not just for beauty and enjoyment, but it actually has a purpose behind it and a power and an energy of its own. And so in her book, this is what she says. I just want to quote. She says, "Music does have power of influence for good or evil in varying degrees, a kind of spirit of its own." Now, I love how she calls it a kind of spirit of its own. It has its own spirit. "It can encourage us to be better people and motivate us to help others, or it can do just the opposite and stimulate us to do evil and to turn away from God. Evil music consisting of sexual lyrics or violent suggestions can and does attract evil spirits, and in a way gives them more power over us so that we can be influenced easily to do acts of evil." Okay, she goes on to talk about an experience of how she realized, she looks back at her life and sees a time in her life when she realized, didn't know it at the time, but learned that the music she was listening to negatively impacted that moment in her life, and it's incredible. So thinking about the next time you hear a song on your playlist or coming on the radio and you start to listen to the words and you start to notice, oh, those words are a little off-putting, or there's something quite not right about them, or maybe this isn't music I would feel comfortable playing in front of my mother, my mother-in-law, my kids. That's a sign right there. That's a red flag that it's probably not music that's promoting your happiness, your health, and your well-being. You should probably get rid of it. Change the station. So now think about what I just read to you from that book. Imagine every time you hear a song come on and you know it's probably not the best song for you to be listening to. Notice the energy that you feel from that song. Does it make you feel like you're being your best, or does it make you feel kind of heavy? If happiness is your goal and that's what you're striving for, is to be happy, the ultimate happiness comes from you maintaining your own power. So you've got to be in control of that power. And if you give that power away through choices you make and music that you listen to, you're going to be vibrating at a lower energy, your light's going to be dimmer, and you're not going to be able to make that positive difference and impact in the world that you were meant to do. So it's really, really crucial that you be in tune to the type of music you're listening to. It's now time for your homework assignment. I always assign an assignment at the end of every video that I do so that you can take these things and apply them in your life and see how they can help you. You are going to make a soundtrack for your life. Now, when you think about a soundtrack to a movie, you know in every movie you've got your dark times and your sad times, your ups and your downs, and so you're going to hear music reflecting those moments in the movie. But the difference with your life soundtrack is I want you to not think about the life you've already had. You're going to think about the life that you want to create, the life that you want for you. So you're going to create a soundtrack and put that on your phone or wherever you can have access to it daily, and you're going to put songs on there, only songs that are going to promote your happiness and well-being. So these are going to be songs that encourage you, that motivate and inspire you to be your best self. And think about maybe even songs from your past that were popular or that you really enjoyed during some of the happiest moments of your life. So I want you to take songs from your past that will remind you of the best times of your life, put those on your playlist, and then put current songs on or other songs that maybe you haven't thought of that really make you feel good and inspire you to be your best self. You're going to put all those songs together and create your Happy Lady soundtrack. and this is going to go with you wherever you go. And I'm telling you, here's your tip. Take your playlist once you have it together and start doing things that you normally despise doing. For me, it was dusting blinds. When I play my Happy Lady soundtrack while I'm dusting blinds, I suddenly enjoy dusting blinds, and I actually do them really well. So I challenge you to get started on that soundtrack today and evaluate the music that you already have on your current playlist. Check out the music that you have on there and be aware of anything on there that you think could be pulling you down and depleting your energy or sending messages into your subconscious mind about things that maybe aren't helping you be happy. Look for things that are negative, things that are vulgar, maybe have a little bit of sexual innuendos. Anything like that you want to off your playlist. And I know it sounds a little rigid, and I'm not trying to sound that way, but I promise you, give it a try and you will notice a huge difference. I can guarantee you that. Okay, for more information about the Happy Lady soundtrack, you can find all that in my ebook, The Happy Lady. You can find that on Amazon.com. Also, for more of these videos and for more information about how to be happy, check out my website, yourhappylady.com. You can also follow me on YouTube under my channel, Happy Marriages. Thanks so much. I wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you soon.